So long ago is when we have, okay, if you're an electrical engineer, then you are electrical engineer. You don't have any business to do with a civil engineer or business to do with mechanical engineer. That is long time ago. That cannot really work again. Even the people in the social sciences and the economic sciences, even the psychologists, we always need all these people, all these disciplines to really make our world a better place for living. I will especially appreciate Engineer Adeniran. You always know him as a Kilomodemo, the Vice President, who has really supported this particular workshop. So thank you so much, the Vice President, for this opportunity. And we are very open to everybody, every branch that will wish to collaborate with Abeokuta branch. Abeokuta branch is very open to every one of us, because we always have what we are with that to really move the society forward. So Engineer Adeniran and Kilomodemo, we really appreciate you so much, and we welcome others to really come and partner with us in really moving our society forward. I will especially also thank Engineer Mutiu Odesonya FNSE, who had find time to really look for this resource person, because he was the one to be able to at least able to get this resource person for us. There we have an idea. Then the idea was supported by the Vice President. And then what is now required is that where do we get the round peg in the round pool to really deliver this lecture. So every one of you, I thank you so much. I will enjoy you. Please don't leave the scene until the lecture is ended. This is just the beginning. It's like a tip of the iceberg. We are going to see, by the time we listen to the lecture, I'm very sure you will be interested in knowing more about this in the real practical sense of it. Once again, thank you so much. I welcome you to this workshop, and sit back and enjoy the workshop. Thank you so much. You're welcome.
Thank you, Chairman. I really appreciate your welcome address. Without wasting no time, let me call on our indefatigable Vice President of Nigeria State of Engineers, Engineer Felix Ibitoye Adeniran Kilomodemo, FNSE, to give us his opening remark. The Engineer Ibitoye is the Special Advisor to Osun State Government on water and energy. Please, I will be glad if you can give us the opening remarks, sir. Vice President, sir, are you with me or sir?
Thank you so much. Am I audible, please?
Yes, sir. Continue, sir.
Please go ahead, sir.
Thank you so much. The chairman of the branch, the guest lecturer for today, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to stand on the assisted protocol, please. It is my honor and privilege to welcome you to this very important technical section. To God be the glory. KLM is a man of many parts, especially in his quest for development of engineering practice, using FNSE as a veritable tool for technological advancement, and is also associated with all the FNSE branches in the country. To this end, I would like to use this opportunity to congratulate and appreciate my good people of Abeokuta branch of the Nigerian State of Engineers, which is one of the branches in the country, and the company, Dabest Plus Global Engineering Services Nigeria Limited, for organizing this technical section. It is a known fact that I, Engineer Adeniran Felix Ibitoye, who is also known among the Nigerian engineers as Kilomodemo and globally as KLM, is always keen on enhancement of professional competence of Nigerian engineers. This is a major reason why KLM decided to support this all-important technical section on clean energy management software called RETScreen Expert Software, which is used for energy efficiency, renewable energy, as well as energy performance analysis. This section would not only enhance our professional competence, but also update us on determining the technical viability of renewable energy. Let me reassure you that Adeniran Felix Ibitoye Kilomodemo KLM, a fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Engineers and also the special advisor to the governor of Osun State on water resources and energy, who is also known as the Wazobia engineer, will always continue to do all things within my capacity towards the professional development of Nigerian engineers. Today's lecture will be an eye-opener to us on RETScreen expert software for renewable energy projects. I have absolute trust that our lecturer, who is a renewable energy and expert efficiency expert from South Korea, Dr. Ibitoye, will shed more light on the topic, as we cannot but ever ready to tap from his wealth of experience. Nigeria as a country is blessed with abundance of natural resources and more. Keen into renewable energy cannot be overemphasized to ensure sustainability in the long run. I urge you all participants to key into the use of RETScreen expert software for renewable energy projects after today's section. According to Charles Sandberg, he said, and I quote, "The ability to learn is the most important quality a leader can have." Once again, I welcome all of you to this technical section, and I thank you for listening, and God bless. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon from, or let me say good afternoon from South Korea and good morning in Nigeria. First and foremost, I want to appreciate our chairman for giving me such an opportunity, as young as I am, to present the little I was taught by the likes of chairman, the people of knowledge. And before I start again, I want to appreciate Engineer Odesoya, who has been a father figure to me when I was in Abeokuta. To be precise, I am partly Abeokuta. In fact, let me say I'm 75% of Abeokuta. My mommy is from Abeokuta and I married an Abeokuta woman. So, Egbariwa. So now I'll be going straight to what I am supposed to present today. My name is Abdelhamid. I happen to be a renewable energy and energy efficiency specialist from the Kyungpook National University, South Korea. Can you see my screen, please?
Yes, you can see it.
Yes, we can.
Okay, good. Please, if you can't, let me just know. Today's topic, technical section, is all about. Someone just said something now.
Yes, I can see the screen.
You can't see.
Okay. Well, continue. We can see the screen.
Okay, let me reshare, please. Let me reshare, please, so everyone can see.
Okay. It's okay.
Please, okay, can everyone see my screen now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
If I go to another slide, can you see?
We can see you. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yes, it's going now.
Yes, you can see.
Thank you so much. Without wasting much of the time, like the chairman just said, I'll be giving a technical section on the general overview of RETScreen expert software for renewable energy projects. This section is going to be divided into two. Please, I will appreciate if each and every one of us can just mute our volume so there would be an interference, please. So, RETScreen is, before I start, I just want to give a prelude. What I mean by prelude is smart city. As we all know, we are all craving to be a smart, our country is craving to be a smart city. But according to John Elkington, he decided and he postulated that for a smart city, for a city to be a smart city, three things has to come into place: the people, the planet, and the profit. As for the people, there should be a growing sense of belonging to the community, and for the planet, it has to be 100% clean energy. And profits, as we all know, that it has to link to the carbon neutral. And one thing that is very sure is that you cannot make profits without making the people and the planet to be happy. So let me just go straight to the general overview of RETScreen. Like I said, it's going to be a two-phase. I'm going to just talk about the general overview, and I'm going to go straight to the software and demonstrate within the short period of time that I'm allotted to. RETScreen, it's a renewable energy technology screen. The meaning of RET is RET, Renewable Energy Technology Screen. It is a widely known software that is developed by the Canadian government. And it's a clean energy decision-making software. And this software is used to determine if a proposed energy project is economically, environmentally, and financially sustainable. Just name it, the kind of project you want to do that is renewable. Be it solar, be it wind, be it geothermal. I don't need to say that every one of us know we have potentials of renewable energies in Nigeria, in so many of the countries. So before the government or before an individual or before an investor will come in from another country that he or she wanted to invest in, let's say, for instance, solar, there are some things the person will have done before he will have suggested that, yes, I'm coming to Nigeria to invest. One of the softwares that the person is going to use is RETScreen. In fact, it is the best software that is being used by the Canadian government and the US government. Basically, this software is used by private and public sectors, and it is used to determine, like I said earlier, the viability of a clean energy project. How viable this project is it viable? Is this project economically sustainable? Is it financially sustainable? And this software is used by engineers, just name it, agricultural engineers, mechanical engineers, civil engineers. When we get there, you're going to see mechanical engineers, electrical engineers. It is used by climate experts, architects, and even project developers. This is the interface of the software. I'm going to go to the software after this. Like I said, the software you can use this software for power plants, different kind of power plants. The next slide is going to discuss more about it. You can use RETScreen for building sectors, for those in civil engineering, building science, architects. You can use it for energy efficiency to determine the building energy performance of any building. You can use this for transport sector and at the same time for industrial companies. What are this software for the power plant, you can use it for fuel, for gas, turbine, hydro, just name it. Tidal, you can use it to analyze the viability of all this. And for building sectors, you can use it for commercial sector, for residential sectors, industrial sector, and even for agricultural buildings. Industrial companies, the likes of food, beverage, chemical, metallic, you can use it for, and for transport, you can use it for aircraft and the marine. As at 2019, these are the first 20 users of the software. Canada happens to be the first, and South Korea, where I am presently, happens to be the 20th user of this software. Just for you to know, people or country and experts have been using this software. As of 2020, by December 2020, Canada happens to be the lead again, and South Korea, where I am, happens to be the 20th user of this. You can see China using this software, India, United Kingdom, Italy, and the likes. The key features of RETScreen is that RETScreen Expert does 4 key things. The first one is benchmarking analysis. The second is visibility analysis. The third is performance analysis, and you can use RETScreen for portfolio analysis. Kindly note that irrespective of the analysis you want to do, maybe the building, the industrial, the transport, the power, the software can do these 4 key things. Benchmarking analysis, and I'm going to explain it. What is benchmarking analysis? Benchmarking analysis simply means that you want to compare clean energy facility to similar one in any location. Let me just cite an example. For instance, now I wanted to do a project in Nigeria. I am presently in Korea. I don't need to travel down to Nigeria to do this project, a similar project. Let me use that word. All I have to do is to carry out what is called benchmarking analysis. I'm trying to benchmark some some variables with what is happening in Nigeria, and I'm going to compare it with what I wanted to do here. And before you know it, I'm going to replicate the same project here in South Korea without even traveling to Nigeria. The visibility analysis, which is the most prominent analysis there. Why I said this is because this is where you determine the viability and the sustainability of a proposed energy project. At the visibility analysis, 5 key things happens that you're going to do there. You are going to do the energy analysis, the cost analysis, the financial analysis, the environmental analysis, and you are going to do what is called risk and sensitivity analysis. The third one is performance analysis. Performance analysis simply means after you have implemented your project, maybe solar PV, I'll be using solar PV as an example. After you have implemented, for instance, you implemented a solar PV project at Obantoko. After a year or two, you want to know if truly this project is bringing the returns or it is being efficient. What you are going to carry out is called a performance evaluation. This is which is the monitoring and evaluation of clean energy projects. The last one is the portfolio analysis. The portfolio analysis simply means that you compare so many other projects from different locations. So these are the 4 key things that the project does. And for the visibility analysis, like I said earlier, these are the steps you have to take in doing this, the energy analysis, the cost, and the performance evaluation. These are the key steps you have to follow inside the software. And examples of some of the key users or customers across the globe of these: NG is using it, Oxford is using it, Johnson Control, and so many others like that. And as a recommendation from Canada, I was given a letter of collaboration as a trainer for those in South Korea. So I've been training people via webinar in South Korea and other places, and this is a testament that was given to me from the Canadian government for this. And after this, for those that are in the academic, like I am in academics now, you can use this software to write comprehensive journal papers. These are part of the papers that I've written using RETScreen. It is accessible to everyone. It is an open access paper. So, and the first one, you can see that in fact I did the project using Nigeria as a case study, validating the techno-economic and environmental sustainability of solar PV technology in Nigeria using RETScreen experts. And the second one is the measurement and verification analysis on energy performance of retrofitting residential buildings. Like I said, like when I was saying the things that the software can do, I said it can be used for the analysis of residential building and at the same time so thanks. Let me now on screen myself, and I will have to go back to the software. Let me just reshare again so that you can see what exactly the software can do. Please, can you all see this video?
Yes, we can see it.
Thank you so much.
Yes, we can see.
I just want you to watch this 2-minute video. It is going to explain more. Before I now go into the software, I'm going to open the software. I'm going to do some little analysis so that you could understand. So let me just open the software now. This is the software. This is the interface of the software, like I said. Now, I said the software can do the benchmarking analysis, the visibility analysis, and the performance analysis. Let me first of all introduce you to what the software does. Here is the home of the software. And from here, we have the location, the facility, the energy, the cost, the emission, the finance. If you want to start a project, say for instance, you want to do a performance analysis project, all you have to do is to come here after you have opened the software, you click on the performance. When you click, it is going to take you there, but I want us to talk about visibility because it is the one I want us to do. So when we have the visibility here, you click on it, or if it is benchmarking, you can do it. And let me just click on performance. When you click on performance, you see the software will take you to the interface for the performance analysis. This is what we have at the performance analysis, the facility, data analytics. Like I said, performance analysis is after you have done a project, you have implemented a project, then you want to see how the project is being performing from the word performance, or you want to monitor the performance evaluation of the project. So one thing about the software is, you can say I just went back now. If to be visibility analysis I want to conduct, which is the one I will just try to rub minds with the engineers here, you come here, you click on visibility analysis. If I click on the visibility analysis, it's going to take me to the visibility analysis page. If you look at the top here, you can see that the panes here is different from the panes we have for the performance analysis worksheet. So if it were to be benchmarking, when you click on the benchmarking, it is different. Again, if you look at the top, we have just 3 pins here. But if you look at the visibility analysis, we have the pins for the facility, the energy, the cost, the emission, and the risk and the reports. And like I said, if we're to be commercial or institutional buildings, this software, you can use it for the residential, agricultural, and you can use it for individuals, for transport, like I said, and power plant. So for instance, like I said, visibility analysis simply means that you want to know if a project is viable. For instance, now, the governor of Ogun State wanted to implement a solar PV project in maybe maybe Obantoko or at any other place in Ogun State. And he calls on the engineers that the engineers should come up, that they should help him to do this project, that he wants to do a 5 megawatt solar PV that is going to be useful for the people in Obantoko area. As an engineer or as a climate expert or a technician, as the case might be, the first thing you have to do, and for instance, the governor of Ogun State now says that this project has to be bidded for. You have to bid for this project. It's not as if I'll just give this project out. For you to bid, some of the things you have to put in the technical report of the project is what I just want to explain now within a short period of time. What are you going to do? You are going to tell the governor, show the governor that this project, if you do 5 megawatts in Obantoko, this is the amount of solar, that is going to be graduated to the grid. This is the cost that is going to be incurred. This is the amount of CO2 that this project is going to save. We all know that the essence of going into renewable energy is because we want to reduce the carbon, the CO2 in the atmosphere. So these projects, this visibility analysis helps you to do that. And at the same time, if you want to do any project, there's always going to be a risk. This project will help you to calculate the risk and also the sensitivity analysis. So for instance, let's assume you just want to do a visibility analysis. You come here, like I said, you click the visibility analysis. After you have done this, the first thing you are going to see is you are going to see what is called the location page. The location page is where you are going to set the location of where the project is going to be. You are going to set the climatic data location. The climatic data location that is used here is the NASA satellite that is directly installed inside the software. And at the same time, this is the climatic data location I said. Let me just try to increase the font so people can see more. So, yes, okay. Now, this is the climatic data location, and this is the facility location. Facility location simply means where the project, the 5 megawatt solar PV is going to be installed. So if you want, the first thing you are going to set is to set the climatic data location. We want to use Nigeria as a case study now. I will have to click on this. Then all I have to do is just type Nigeria. When you type Nigeria here, you see the map of Nigeria. And let's assume this project, we want to do this project in Osun State. You can see that immediately I clicked on Osun State, you can see the climatic data location cursor came to Osun State. Let's assume we want to do it on Ogbomoso. As soon as I just click, it will come up. So we want to do this project in Osun State. You click here. After clicking here, for instance, Osun State, okay, or let's say we want to do it in Abeokuta. When you click in Abeokuta, so the next thing is you can just come to this place. For instance, let's say, okay, we want to do this project in Abeokuta or Ijebu. Anywhere you want to do, you can do it in Ondo, and it's just an example. So when you click, like for instance, Ijebu, all you have to do is you select here. Or if you don't want to select immediately, you can view the data. By viewing the data here, it means that I want to do this project in Ijebu-Igbo, where in Nigeria. As of today that we are having this technical section, this is the climatic condition of Ijebu-Igbo as of today. The latitude and the longitude can never be changed. That one is certain. The heating design, the cooling and the heating temperature and the earth temperature, all these are from NASA, you can see. And the January to July, this is the already used, what's it called? Temperature, the air humidity, and the wind speed that we have. And from maybe August till December is the assumed one, the one that has been assumed. So after you have done this, you come to this place, you click. When you click on this, you can see now that okay, the project is going to, the climatic data location we want to use is for Ijebu, but the project that we wanted to do, the location is going to be in Agoiwoye, for instance. You can see that the latitude and the longitude of Ijebu is going to come up. After you have done it, the next thing is to go to the facility. You click on the facility. Let me just go back. You can go back and you can, this is not going to affect anything about the project. If I don't want to click the facility here, I can, let me just increase the font again. If I don't want to click the facility here, I can follow this step by going from my left to the right. So when I click the facility, what do I want to do? I want to do power plants. What type of power plant? Is it wind turbine? Is it wave? Like I said, we want to do photovoltaic. The description, we want to do 5 megawatts solar PV. All this is just for the reports because I'm going to show you how to do the report because like I said earlier, this software is used for you to maybe if you want to bid for a contract so you have a good and technical report through this. Prepared for, it is going to prepare maybe for Ogun State government. Let me just, because of time, let me just write Ogun. Then prepared by, it is going to be prepared by Owolabi. Facility name, where maybe the name of the facility, the address, everything is going to be put in place. After you have done this, the next thing is you come to the energy page. You click on the energy page. You can see I can just go back without anything. After you've clicked on the energy page, you can see that the first thing you're going to see is the electricity and fuel. This is followed by the power, the inclusion, and the target. How are you going to maneuver through all these things? The first thing you're going to click on is the electricity. The electricity that is being sold in maybe, for instance, Ogun State. maybe the kilowatt per hour in Ogun State is 0.35. All these are just assumptions. If it is not 0.35, maybe it is 0.5, you will put it there. Immediately you set the electricity. That means that per each kilowatt of electricity that is going to be gotten from the 5 megawatts, this is the rate at which you are going to sell it. That is the essence. After you have done this, you come to the step 2 here, you open it, you look for photovoltaic, you click on photovoltaic. Now this is where the real work comes. At the photovoltaic, we have 2 levels. We have the level 1 and the level 2. The level 1 is just simple. Let me go to the more comprehensive level, the level 2. When you come to the level 2, you determine by yourself that the solar tracking mode you want to use. Is it the fixed one, the 1 axis, the 2 axis, and the azimuth? All of them, they have their advantages and the disadvantages. For the benefit of this project, let me just use fixed. And slope, according to some research that I've done, maybe from the best slope is between 8 to 9, from 7 to 15. So let me just say the slope is going to be 10. What do I mean by the slope? The slope simply means that at what angle is the solar panel is going to be tilted. That is the meaning. So it is going to be tilted at an angle of 10. So the slope is going to be 10. Now, the azimuth, let's leave azimuth. Then the photovoltaic that you wanted to use. For instance, now, is it a monosilicon photovoltaic you want to use? Is it a polysilicon? Is it a spherical silicon? You choose. Let's choose monosilicon. This is the one that is mostly used in Nigeria. Then the next thing is you come to this place, you click on this, you select the type of solar PV. We know in Korea we have solar PV industries, we have in China, we have in Canada, we have in so many places. Which of the solar PVs do you want to use? And since I am from Nigeria, I understand that most of the things that we use comes from China. So we are going to use the China Synergy. After you have chosen the manufacturer, the model, you choose the model. Since it is 5 megawatts, it means how many of the solar panel that we are going to bring together that's going to give us 5 megawatts, for instance. If we choose 250 solar panel, that means for each solar panel has to have a wattage of 250. Then how many of these solar panel am I going to use to give us 5 megawatts? Yes, it means that we are going to use 20,000 solar panels. And how did I get to know this? Each of the solar panel is going to have a wattage of 250, meaning that if you multiply 250 solar panel, one of it, you have 20,000 of it, you are going to have the 5 megawatts. After you've done it, the next thing is that you are just going to click. Immediately you click, all these parameters is going to be filled in. We are using China Synergy. The type of solar PV you are using is monosilicon, and the number of units. This number of units simply means that how many solar panels or how many solar modules, depending on the English you want to use. What is the efficiency of these solar modules? Each of them, the software is going to calculate it. What is the nominal operating cell? It is going to calculate the temperature, the solar collector area. The solar collector area simply means that these 20,000 solar panels, if you bring everything together, the area that they are going to occupy, they are going to occupy an area of 32,468 square meters. So miscellaneous, if there's going to be a miscellaneous, you are going to put it, let's assume maybe there's going to be a miscellaneous too. The inverter you are going to use, you are going to put the inverter. The inverter, and we all know that if we want to do a 5 megawatts solar PV, we have to have an inverter that is up to that efficiency, at least maybe from 95 to 98%. So then what is the capacity of the inverter? We are going to put the capacity, since it is 98%, we can say the capacity of the inverter is going to be 16,000. Sorry. The capacity of the inverter is going to be, since it is 5 megawatts, 5 megawatts simply means 5,000 kilowatts. So maybe you are going to have 4,000 kilowatts. If the inverter is there going to be a miscellaneous? So you are going to set all this. And one advantage about this software is, if peradventure there is something you don't understand, let's assume, oh, I'm just seeing this software for the first time, I want to use it. What is the number of units? I don't know. If you just place the cursor there, you are going to see an arrow. Just click on the arrow. You are going to see the definition of what the number of units is. Oh, I don't want to know what is called the power capacity. Just click on it. You are going to see it. After you have done all this, you set the initial cost. How much, for instance, now, how much is the solar PV in Nigeria? I don't know, but let me just assume, for instance, maybe one solar PV that it is $1,500. This is all these are just assumptions for us to understand something. What is going to be the O&M? Some people say that 5% of O&M for a project of such is good. So what is 5% of O&M? That is maybe let's say maybe just $10 per kilowatt per year. Now, from what I just simulated now, for this 5 megawatts solar PV, the electricity that is going to be exported to the grid is going to be 7,712 megawatt per hour. And what is going to be the revenue that is going to be generated from this? $3,655,000. How did I get this? You know, from the beginning, I said, I told you I set from here, I set that per kilowatt is going to be 0.5. So it is this 0.5 that I'm going to do. Let's assume I know the actual amount that is maybe electricity is being sold in Nigeria now. I'll just put it. That is what is going to be multiplied together to give you this. So now you know that if in Agowoye, for instance, a 5 megawatt solar PV will generate an electricity that is worth 7,712, and the revenue you are going to make for each of these, not in a year, per day, is going to be this annually. So after you have done this, the next thing is the cost. You come to the costs. You can see that the cost, some of the things that are put here, the initial cost, the operating cost, it has been populated as soon as the cost too, it has so many other variables. You can come here, the visibility study, maybe you conduct a visibility study, you put it there, the development, the engineering, the road construction, transmission line, all this, you put the money there. That is the level 2. We have level 1, which is the simplest. The level 3 is more elaborate. Maybe you have done the site investigation, how much you spent is going to be put there, the resource, the environment, everything, the development, the engineering, the mechanical design, the electrical design, the tender and the contracting, everything you spend, you are going to put it here. But because of time, let me just, after you've done this, then you move to the emission. This is a very key, because like I said earlier, the essence of all this renewable energy is because the government of each of the country wanted to reduce the amount of carbon emission that is being emitted by the non-renewable means. For instance, now in Nigeria, the T&D loss in Nigeria, no one needs to tell me, is more than 7%. So you are going to set the T&D loss, maybe like for instance, the T&D loss in Nigeria is 16. You are going to set the T&D loss. What this simply means, let me now explain that. We now have two cases. We have the base case and the proposed case. This is based on everything I've done from the beginning. The base case and the proposed case simply means that if this project is not being executed or this project is not being implemented, this is the amount of CO2 that is going to be emitted into the atmosphere by using 5 megawatt worth of electricity. But if the project is being conducted, which is the proposed case, this is the little amount of CO2 that is going to be emitted. So how much CO2 is the project going to save? The project will save CO2 amount 3,693.4 tons of CO2 is going to be saved by just implementing a 5 megawatt project at Agowoyi in Ogun State. So this is the emission strategy. And the finance, you come to the finance, you set the parameters here as well. What is the inflation rate, the project life? And we all know that the project life of a solar PV is between 25 to 30. You said that the debt ratio, if you are collecting money from the bank, what is the debt interest? If you are collecting money from the bank, the debt term, you put it. And if you are not collecting, all you have to do is put 0 to every of these parameters. Then after that, you set every other things. So when you have done all this, the software will calculate the cumulative cash flow for you. This is not the cumulative cash flow because I have not really done a simulation, just an explanation. After you've done this, and we all know that for a project to be viable, economically viable or financially sustainable, the net present cost has to be positive. If after you have done all this analysis and you got to this financial stage and the net present cost of your project is negative, the NPV is negative, that means that that project is not going to be financially sustainable. And at the same time, this project is going to calculate the simple payback for you and the equity payback. You are going to know when you are going to pay back, even if it is your money or maybe the money you borrowed from the bank. The project is going to calculate everything for you. This is just level 1. So if I go to level 2, which is more comprehensive, you are going to see what I've said. For instance, the level 2 shows the fuel cost like the level 1, but here you can now see that the net present value for this little simulation that I've just done is positive, irrespective of the amount of the money that is there. This simply means that the project is going to be financially sustainable. And from this, again, you can calculate the equity payback. You can see the simple payback and the equity payback from this project as well. And the cumulative cash flow is going to be displayed from this. After you have done this, like I said, you are going to do what is called risk analysis. Risk and sensitivity analysis are two different, they look similar, but they are two different analyses. The sensitivity analysis simply means that you want to, out of all these variables, we have so many variables that makes up the renewable energy connection. We have the equity payback, we have the NPV, we have the energy production cost. You now choose 2 of these parameters. You can just decide based on experience that if I should choose electricity export to the grid and I choose maybe debt ratio, it is not showing because I did not do major simulation. So you are going to see and you are going to do what is called sensitivity range. It is between 20 to 25. When you put in all these parameters, what you are going to see is that you are going to know that a parameter is going to affect this project. That is what the sensitivity analysis simply means. It is going to tell you that particular parameter that is going to affect the project. After you have done this, you come down again, you do what is called risk analysis. When you carry out the risk analysis, this is when you do what is called Monte Carlo simulation. In the sensitivity analysis, like I said, you just choose 2 variables. But for risk analysis, you have to put all the variables into play and to see how they interrelate with one another. And all this is going to be used in your report to decide if the project is going to be viable and economically sustainable. After you've done this, you just click on the report. Then you create the report. So this is what you are going to submit for, maybe you are bidding for a project. So you are just going to tabulate you don't need to you don't need to draw any graph, you don't need to do anything. All you just have to do is all what you have done, you just write summary of it and you submit your report. And this is what is being done in the likes of Canada and the likes of America. And the report, you can even send the report directly to someone. You can print it, you can send it directly to someone, you can do so many things. And one advantage of this software is that is all the visibility analysis that I want to explain. So like I said this software can be used for so many things. It is not something that we can just do everything at once. If you want to do performance evaluation, like I said, you have to come here, you click on the performance evaluation and you do it. Like I said, now, for instance, now, after we have done this 5 megawatt project in Agowe, after a year or 2 years, because according to Ashari says that for you to have a good data to do performance analysis, the data has to be at least 1 year. After the solar plant in Agowe has run for 1 year, you collect all the necessary information from it. You bring those information again, you put it inside the software, not in the visibility analysis software, visibility analysis sheet, but the performance sheet, to see if actually this project is performing to expectation. So that is one advantage. And you can use for the civil engineers in the house, the architects in the house, the building analysts in the house, you can use this software as well to check if, to determine the energy performance of a building, to see how a building is performing. We all know that in Nigeria, what we do is in fact, sometimes some people will just tell you, NEPA, the NEPA has brought the light, I will just leave the light on, I will not even use it. We have to know what is called energy management and energy conservation. You have to know how to conserve energy. And sometimes some of the buildings that is being built, especially in our country, aside the ones that is being built of recent, even in Korea where I am, some of the old buildings in Korea, they are not energy efficient. Why am I saying this is because if you are in the house and you on your air condition in the summer, or because we don't have summer, in the summer season in Nigeria, you realize that you'll be saying that, telling your family that the fan is not blowing very well. What is happening? Because the building is not retaining the air that is coming, the cooling air that is coming from the fan. It is dissipating it. How are you going to know? This software can also teach you how to know if your building is performing very well or not. So this software is all encompassing. For those like me, because my background happens to be agricultural engineering, my first and second degree agricultural engineering, before I changed my, during my PhD. You can use this software to determine the energy performance of a greenhouse. So this software can be used for so many people. For those in chemical engineering and you are into renewable, you want to do geothermal, all you have to do is come here. Instead of photovoltaic, you choose geothermal power. Then you start your analysis. You can use it for so many things. You can use it for gas turbine. For those that are in, maybe for some of the engineers that, I've forgotten this place, where engineer, that's how you worked before, something Lower Niger. Okay, that of the Kwara is Lower Niger River Basin. Osun, yes, Osun. Yes. Lower
River Basin development.
River Basin.
Thank you. I'm sorry. That of the Kwara happens to come to my mouth. Sorry. Osun, yes. In which there is more of hydro. All you have to do is just come here. You put in the hydro. Immediately you put in this. Some of the parameters will surely change. It will not be the same again. All you have to do is come here. After you have done that, you choose hydro. When you choose hydro, now we have another analysis that is quite different from the analysis we have for solar. When you come to level 2, see, you can see that the hydrogen method, the cross-air, the maximum tail effect, the mean flow, all these things will be imputed inside this flow, duration, and turbine. Remember maybe last week that me and engineer I was talking, he said when he was at Osun that he used to use the software and this is one advantage of the software. It can be used for some of the projects that the engineers at Osun wanted to do. And for those that are into wind, maybe there is a company in wind, all you have to do is just come here, you change it to wind turbine. The interface is going to change again, in which you are going to put the wind, the power capacity per turbine, everything. So you are going to see the power curve of the wind, the energy of the wind. So this is an all-encompassing, like I said, it is an all-encompassing software for those that is into tidal, for those that deals with solar thermal. All this is just for power plant, like I said. Now, for those that are not mechanical or they are not into all this, they are civil engineers, all you have to do when you have set the facility location, for instance, you come here, you change it to residential building or commercial building. Let's assume what is the university, FNAB. Let's assume FNAB wanted to do energy auditing of all the buildings in the school. And FNAB is not a residential building, it is either an institutional or commercial building. All what you have to do is you click here. Immediately you click, you can see it has changed into another phase entirely. We are no more in power again. We have changed it to. Now, which one do you want to do? Is it an educational? Is it an office building, a public building? Where else you choose? Just choose education. After you have chosen education, you follow the same step. You come to the energy. You can see this has changed entirely. The first thing you are going to set here is you are going to set the, let's assume, for instance, now in some of the Western worlds where they have winter and summer, they use the natural gas for heating during winter and sometimes during cooling, during summer that we have now, they use electricity. So you are going to set the fuel for the natural gas and in a situation in which each of the building has different fuel consumption, for this you can add as many as possible to it, and you can just delete. Let's assume you are using one. Yes. So after you have done this, this is another, what's it called? Another analysis on its own. The first thing you are going to do is you set the fuel, electricity and fuel consumption rate, like I said. Then you come to schedule. Schedule simply means that you occupy period. For instance, now I am in the office, like those working in FNAB or any other office in Nigeria. You set the temperature at which, when people are in the office, you set it here, the 24 hours. Then the temperature of the space heating and the space cooling, you set the two. After you've done that, the next thing is you set the schedule. The schedule simply means that how many hours do I come to office, or do the staffs come to office in a day? For instance, in Nigeria, we go to office from 8 to 4. That is 8 hours. It means every Monday we go to office 8 hours. On Tuesday, 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours, 8 hours. Then Saturday, Sunday, we don't go. You will not leave this. You put 0, put 0. After you have done this, you set the heating and cooling change over temperature. Let's assume you don't know this. Because of time, I won't be able to define all this. Just click on this. You read about it. You read everything about it. After you have set all this, then the next thing is that you come to the heating and cooling. In FNAB, as an example, what is the heating equipment that they are using? You set it here, you click here. Are they using boiler? Are they using district heating? Are they using furnace? Are they using heat pump? Are they using heating system? You set it. Let's assume they are using heat pump. Immediately you click on heat pump, you see that the pane will come up. After you have done this, what is the seasonal efficiency of the heat pump? This is easily known. You put in the seasonal efficiency here, and as an energy auditor, now I've drafted away from being a renewable energy specialist. As an energy auditor now, you want to propose to them that the reason why you are consuming so much fuel is because that the heat pump you are using is consuming more fuel. How are you going to say that to them? You are going to, the proposed case simply means that what you saw on the ground at that place, you put it, and what you propose for them, and the incremental initial cost, you put it. But this is not where I just want to go. I just want to touch something for those, especially those in civil engineering. After you have done this, you set the cooling again, the cooling equipment that is being used. Maybe are they using fan? Are they using compressor? Are they using heat pump again? We all know heat pump can serve as coolant and at the same time as. After you have set all this, then you come to the energy use. Now, these are the energy uses, the building envelope, the ventilation, the light of the building. I will not touch on this, I will just touch the building envelope. Immediately you click on the building envelope. Immediately you click on the building envelope, we are going to see this. The building envelope. Sorry, please. Can we just mute ourselves, please? Immediately you click on the building on building envelope. Like I said, we have so many ventilation. If you are using a ventilation, the electrical equipment of that thing, the processing, this is all about for building, irrespective of the building. Immediately you click on the building envelope, you can, let's say maybe I want to do it for food nap. Please don't mind my food nap. Yes. After that, what is the building knot? Building knot simply means that we all know that there's something that is called true knot. Is the building that we want to examine or we want to analyze, is it facing the true knot or is it not facing the true knot? If it is facing the true knot, for those in the midst that are civil engineers or building energy, building scientists, they know what is called building knot. So if it is not facing the building knot, the actual place that maybe it is facing the west of the true knot, you put the figure here. That one is not, it is very easy. After you've done that, the wall of the building, as immediately you click on this, you are going to see what is the wall. The wall of the building, the area of the northern part. We all know that most of the building, let me say maybe 99.9% of the buildings, even in the developed world, they are rectangular in shape. It means that they have the northern part, the eastern part, the southern part, and the western part. What is the wall? The northern part of the place, the area of the wall, you put it. I'm just putting this just what the eastern part, you put it. Let's say the southern part, you just put it again. I mean the area, you put the area. All this is going to be gotten through the architectural drawing. After you have done this, the net area is different from the area. If you click, let's assume you don't even know what the net area, you just click on this. It says that the model calculates the net area of the wall by subtracting the area of the windows and the doors from the gross exterior. The net area simply means that, you know, in let's say the wall is facing the north, there's going to be some windows or maybe doors there. The first area that is calculated is the total area, irrespective of maybe there is a window. Now, when you now remove the area of each of the windows of this, that is where you get the net area. The R value, we all know what is called R value and the U value. That is the thermal conductivity and the thermal resistivity. All you just need to know is one. You just need to know one out of it. If you know the R value, if you know the wall R value, it is easy for you to know the wall U value. How? It is just 1 over U value equals 1 over R value, or R value equals 1 over U value. So you set this. Let's assume I put this. You do the same thing. This is now when you are doing this. This is the base case. All these are what you are getting from the building. This is what you, as the energy auditor, is going to propose. After you have done this, you come to the window again. You do the same thing to the window. Do they have solar heat gain coefficient, the incremental cost, the U value area? You do is the solar shading. Does it have? You come to the doors, you come to the roof, you come to the floor. After you have done this, you've done this simulation and you proposed the actual thing that was supposed to be there. Maybe you just decided that instead of using an R value of 2. If you just change this R value to, for instance, 4, if you change this to 4, meaning that when you go and buy a door that has an R value of 4, you change the wall, or maybe you can just, you cannot buy a wall. You do what is called maybe thermal insulation. When you do thermal insulation, the R value is going to change, or the U value rather. So the windows too, that one is easy. You can just buy in Nigeria, most of the normal homes in Nigeria, maybe we just use a simple single glazing window. In some places we have like double, we have triple. So you propose all those things for them. Then the solar shading, you do for the doors, you do the same thing. After you have done this, the energy that you are going to see an amount of energy here that is going to be saved. So now you can now print this out and show it to the building owner, maybe or to the vice chancellor of the school that, sir, after we have done the energy auditing of the Faculty of Engineering building at FUNAB, we realized that if we change the windows from a simple glazing to a double glazing, now you can see what is called incremental initial cost here. How much is it going to be cost? You put it there. Everything is going to be known. After you have done this, there's a place you are going to come to. Then if it has the ventilation, you do it, the lighting. For instance, in each offices, again, you do the electrical equipment. How many electrical equipment are there? You do everything. It takes time, but this is what energy auditors does. So the lighting in the place, maybe we are using the one that is maybe consuming electricity. You propose LED, you put the price there, the amounts, you put everything there. You come here. So after you have done this, the next thing you are just going to do is you come to include measure. This is where you are going to see everything you have done. Everything you have done, and this is what you are going to see. You are going to now see the simple payback period, incremental cost, the fuel cost for each of these. So this is something that is very good for those in, what's it called, civil engineering or architecture, or especially building energy performance specialists. So that's after you've done this, you do the cost, the emission, and the finance and the likes again. So that's for that, because I've even spent much of my time now. So if there are questions, I will really appreciate to. But before that, there's going to be a comprehensive, training on this. It's going to start by August 9, and the training is going to end by August 9 on Monday, and it's going to end by August 13th. I'm going to do RETScreen, and another specialist is going to teach OMA. And we know OMA is good for off-grid, while RETScreen is good for on-grid. So what we want to do is that we want to do a comprehensive training for 5 solid days. I will share if the chairman permits me, I can share the screen to see the program. But before that, if there are questions, let me just answer it for those.
Go ahead, you can share it so that we can take the question after.
Okay. Thank you for that. Okay, this is the website for the training. Can you see this?
Yes.
Yes. So it's going to be a comprehensive training for 5 days for those that are interested. I am going to, like I said, I'm going to be the one that's going to talk about RETScreen. We are going to do a case study that's in which we are going to solve some major problem, and our major focus is going to be either Nigeria or any other place. And Dr. Larry, which happens to be a colleague who is going to take OMA. And if you go to this, I'm going to share the site with you. You can see the first day is an introductory to RETScreen and overview of the software. If you open it, you see what you are going to learn on the first day. Same thing you are going to learn for OMA. What we want to do is that on each day, we are going to use 2 hours. The first day, I will use my first 1 hour for this day 1. Dr. Larry is going to use 1 hour for OMA. So this is an advantage for engineers to know OMA and RETScreen. OMA is owned by the United States of American government, while RETScreen is owned by the Canadian government. And if you just, after this, some of young engineers like me that wanted to travel out to the likes of Canada or UK or America can just Google this, that's jobs on RETScreen. You see so many jobs on RETScreen or jobs on OMA. I know most people have been using OMA in the job, but most people doesn't understand or doesn't know RETScreen. So for the day 2, this is where we are going to do a typical solar PV module design, in which we are going to talk about the power generation factor. We are going to do a thorough design, calculation. Let me just say it that way: solar energy demand in PV energy required, PV module sizing, inverter sizing and battery sizing. We are going to do it for them. Then day 3, the same thing is going to be applicable for OMA too. Day 3, participants will learn how to use the software to simulate for solar PV on grid system. And that is where you are going to know the energy analysis, the financial analysis, the cost analysis, emission. Everything is going to be treated there, and the final day is going to be. The price is just $100, which is 45,000 Nigerian naira for the 2 programs, for the two trainings. So when you just come to the site, all we have to do is you click on make payments. When you click on pay payments, it's going to take you to that place. If you are interested, you just pay. Immediately you pay, we are going to receive pay your payments details and everything. Some people have been registering, and even some people from outside Nigeria have been registering for this program, and it's going to be all encompassing. With this, I can authoritatively say that you are going to at least know what is called RETScreen. And before I could be able to do this, I was certified. I used at least $2,000 Canadian dollars for this. Let me just share my certification with you. That is done by the Canadian Institute of Energy Training. Can you all see this, please? So, hello, please, can you see?
Congratulations, yes, sir.
So please, in case you are interested in being a certified RETScreen expert, you can just contact me. I am not the owner of this. This is the Canadian government that is the owner of this. But this is part of the certification that you can use to get jobs in Canada. So that is all. So if you have questions now, I'm ready to entertain your questions. Thank you.
22 certified RETScreen experts. As going to prescribe RETScreen expert and $2,000. $1 million.
That is the reason why I now said, no, don't get me wrong. I said if you want to be a certified RETScreen expert, you can pass through this method. But I understand that it is not easy to see that money. That is why I came up with an idea of teaching people by saying, okay, let me just subsidize this for people at $100 per person. And not just RETScreen this time around. It's going to be RETScreen and OMA. And for instance, when I did this, we just used 3 days. We used 3 days to do this program. And this one is going to be 5 days, and it is not just RETScreen alone. It is going to be both RETScreen and OMA. So this is everything. So if you are interested, I can share the I'll share the link at the chat now. So if you have questions, please, I am ready to entertain your question.
Well, thank you, the speaker. I have no doubt that people have enjoyed immensely in your presentation since morning. We want to appreciate you. Before question, please permit me, Mr. Chairman, to quickly recognize some people that join us in the course of the speech. I have Engineer Akitayo Akitola Charles present. I have Engineer Ojo Adewi Bukola, Engineer Vincent Inekwe, Engineer Farouk Ghana, Engineer Adi Ngama. I have Engineer Collins Unwo Kocha. I have Engineer Dr. Sunday Pupola. I have Engineer Dr. Adeshola Oladeji, Engineer Olowutola, the chairman, Akure branch of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. I have our appointed chair here in Abeokuta, Engineer Mrs. Nike Ogumbono. I have Engineer Fato Kunsimio. I have the Deputy National Chairman of FNIMechE, Engineer Mrs. Fumilade Akigbagbo, FNSE. I have our own treasurer here, Engineer Grace Amusho. And lastly, that I want to recognize, Engineer Mrs. Tolulope Eriocho. Well, without wasting much of our time, please, I want to ask if there's any question. Please, if you have a question, you can just raise up your hand. Just go to that chat screen there. You see, raise up your hand. When you raise up your hand, we recognize you from here. Thank you. Let us see. Question?
Hello, good morning. Can you hear me?
Please go ahead.
Go ahead. Right.
Okay, good morning, distinguished gentlemen and ladies. I'm Engineer Adekunle Sunday Makinde, FNSE, FNIMechE, past national chairman of the NIEEE, and amongst others. I want to particularly appreciate the leadership of NSA Abeokuta branch for this very enriching and insightful technical session. I mean, normally you pay for this kind of a session. Normally you know, those of us that probably gets involved in these kind of things and, you know, even attend such, you know, you pay quite a chunk of money to attend this kind of session. So I really, really want to appreciate the leadership of the branch.
Okay, I'd like to comment.
Hello. So I would really like to appreciate the leadership of the branch for this session. Engineer Kola Ondola
Chairman of our society, of the erudites, for organizing this online session. And of course, I'd like to commend the trainer, Dr. Owolabi Babatunde, for a very well packaged lecture. As we all know, the challenges of energy management in the society using the RETScreen experts as a comprehensive clean energy management software will assist engineers and all of us and the nation at large to make better decisions, to identify and assess the viability of energy efficiency. And also, it will assist us to measure and verify the actual and ongoing energy performance, and with the general overview knowledge of this important software led today. Because I've listened from the beginning to the end, I want to urge us all to fully develop ourselves further in the application of this software. I knew nothing about it until this morning. And for the fact that the trainer spent so much to earn a certificate and certification in the software and has given us for free, the onus is on us to ensure that we take full advantage of the knowledge that you've acquired today, and then also get more knowledge. Apart from getting more knowledge, know how to apply the RETScreen software in our everyday job and facilitation of the engineering process. So once again, I thank the branch for this program. And I say kudos to the trainer. Thank you very much, everybody. God bless you.
Thank you. You're welcome, man.
Thank you so much. Can am I actually audible?
Yes, Engineer Makinde, continue.
Okay, because I guess they really wasn't hearing me because I was on the line and okay, but okay, since you can hear me, so as I was saying, I really appreciate the leadership of the branch, and of course. The guest speaker, you know, dealt so well with the RETScreen software, the usage of it, and I can confess to you that this has actually enlightened many of us the more, you know, to the applications of the software. And really, if you look at it, it's really very interactive, extremely interactive, and it's really easy to use for those that have been doing, you know, similar things before. So I want to say big kudos to him. And of course, he mentioned some of our leaders, Engineer Odesanya, you know, as some of his mentors, and I also want to give kudos to Engineer Odesanya in that regard. And of course, Engineer Adeniran, Ibitoye, Kilomodemo also. I think he partnered with this particular branch and of course the trainer in making this a reality. You know, we really appreciate this kind of partnership that works for everybody. And I want to say kudos. So I want to ask the presenter, Engineer Owolabi, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Sorry. Yes. I want to find out how can we possibly use this RETScreen, you know, to get more out of hybrid energy solutions. How do we possibly use that? Probably you can give us an insight into that.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir. Presently, the one that's, you know, in every year, the company, or let me say the government of Canada, improves on the software. The present one is version 8. And as at 2 days, I was speaking with the director of RETScreen, Gregory. he told me that the version 8.1 is going to come out in September. And this version 8.1 is going to incorporate hybrid version. And in fact, he has sent me some of the documents on it. Maybe I can share with you after this, or I can post on my LinkedIn if I have your LinkedIn page. So it is going to, the 8.1 is going to have an hybrid version. You know that I quite understand what you want to say, because most of the what's it called, renewable energy facility that we do in our country is hybrid or off-grid. But that is why RETScreen now thought it that now this is the right time to incorporate what's it called, hybrid into it. And in fact, that is one of the reasons why I have to collaborate with another engineer that knows OMA, because OMA does hybrid, and RETScreen basically does what's it called, on-grid. So it is going to be an advantage for anybody to know both how to do on-grid system and hybrid system. Because now, according to what because I always follow Nigerian news, that the Siemens is going to improve our, what's it called, the T&D transmission and distribution system. I hope everything went well. If this happens, all this mini grid or hybrid is not going to be sustainable anymore. We are going to just go straight to on-grid, which is going to be an advantage for those that knows RETScreen. Thank you so much, sir.
Well, thank you. Yeah, please, I don't know if
thank you very much.
Maybe just one, because of our time.
Engineer Musa, 4 people already raised hands. Maybe we recognize Engineer Desaya and those 4. Engineer Desaya, then followed by Engineer Tunde, Anthony Balabolari, and then Shoshogo. That's all, because of the.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Engineer Desaya.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. It's very nice being here. And I want to especially thank Dr. Olabi, who has graciously accepted to be here today. And also the branch chairman. We started about 4 weeks ago. We wanted to have it much earlier. Therefore, logistics, we said we will not be able to. And also, while I'm not trying to do vote of thanks, I also want to specially recognize you say when you say something is free, nothing is actually free. Even in Freetown, nothing is free. We have been able to collaborate to understand ourselves. This is not politics. You can see the lecture, it is purely engineering. And we are grateful to those of us that have actually participated. On the lecture itself, some of us has been on the RETScreen version 2, version 3, version 4, because some of us has the privilege to have been trained by UNIDO on small hydropower and solar. And I'm happy we are having version 8 now, which some of us are not used to, and it's a privilege to be here. And I want to urge ourselves, everybody here, we must take our job from the quacks. Nobody is going to do it for us. I remember I installed, when I was in the service, a solar system in 2008. And it is still there today because we took all necessary precautions. While some of us will say solar will not last, solar was not good, I can still boast. If you come to my office, I have a solar system. If you go to my house, I have a solar system. People can testify to it. It is very important. It is useful. It supports a lot of things, and the maintenance is very low. So I want to implore all of us. I believe I want to be the chairman of Abeokuta branch to be able to talk to Dr. Olabi so that we can possibly subsidize the $100. We are still talking. But what he has just told us is that, depending on people that will attend, and I want to also take this opportunity to appeal to him, Well, $100 to some might be a big money. To some, it's just a small money. But the benefit will definitely is more than the amount. So we will talk to him, and I believe we will be able to, all of us will be able to key in into this. Just about 8 or 9 days away. It's a very good thing, and I want to implore all of us to be there. Once again, I want to thank all of us that have been able to make it possible, all the way from South Korea. It's my boy, it's my in-law, it's my brother, and of course, an engineer. So once again, I want to talk about the branch and our brother from Shogbo. I want to thank you. I believe you'll be able to sponsor this type of programs all the time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Well, let's quickly recognize the next question, Engineer Anthony Bolami. Engineer Anthony Bolami, please.
Thank you very much, and thanks to the presenter. It was deep enough for us to understand and brief enough for us to manage the time. Let me just say that from the presentation, a lot of data already exists that is applicable to the software. But what are the local data required? And does Nigeria have sites where these data are resident, particularly as we go more local, so that it can be applicable to each engineering site, not just a global statement? So my concern is local data management. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I want to believe, Dr. Olabi, you are noting it. Now, yes. Thank you. Now, another person, Engineer Tunde, please, can we hear you? Engineer Tunde.
Let him unmute himself, please. Can you please unmute yourself, Tunde?
Okay, sorry, I did not know that. Yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity to ask questions, and really appreciate the program. My name is Engineer Tunde. Thank you so much. All the protocol observed. I don't want to waste people's time. I will go straight to the question, and that's the fact that that's the question that when you are talking about the levels, you are talking about, you are looking at the performance program and the level, that's level 1, level 2. Are you actually referring to the accuracy of the program as far as mean the report, that when you want to start, you start with giving them the first scenario of feasibility studies, then the next level is on this level of getting to actually starting the project and co. That's concerning the feasibility question. That's one. Then the second thing is that the second thing has been answered. And ask. So I also want to reiterate, not because of anything, because of the fact that for the need for this very important program about the review about the cost, so that many people can have the opportunity of coming in. Then the third one goes to FNSE. From what I have seen now is that I'm so happy with this program because of the awareness that has gone on. And from this arrangement now, the engineering profession can actually take full control of most of the activity that we have lost to other professions. And that's in the area of audit and quality matters concerning most of our projects. You find out that the accountants, when they want to do a thing, they come out with the first figures and the present figure and relate the two to know whether the project is viable or whether your activity or concern is viable or not. So for this kind of program, it can actually help us to actually let everybody know that we are also a man of numbers, so that we'll be able to make a contribution to the society. For example, as he said he can go into ask to tell the UNAB office and say, look, this project, we just have to change it because of X, Y, and Z. So I really appreciate that program. And I want NSE to go into this very area so much to the level that it can give us entry into society, as we also helping the Nigerian populace. Then the other one is just to let everybody know, please. Most of the time, most of our introductions are too many. So many people to be recognized. Please, can we just help us? About several times I've attended most of the engineering program. Half of the time is used to introduce people. Please, can we just, I'm not saying this, I'm just making a suggestion, sir. Thank you so much.
NST Oshogbo branch, please, can we have you now? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to say congratulations to the chairman, the whole NSE Abeokuta. A special recognition to our elders, Engineer Mutiyo Odesanya, the mentor of mentors. I want to appreciate the resource person for a very well done job. Last but not the least, I want to appreciate my own brother, the pioneer vice president of the Southwest, Engineer Adeniran Ibitoye, for supporting even our profession. He's a wonderful person. He's my member, he's a vice president, but I'm the chairman. So I want to appreciate him. So I'm the host. I have the vice president in my branch. That's why you have many of my members from the branch attending this call. A very well done job. And I want to say congratulations to the branch. We expect you do more of it. I don't have questions. I'm comfortable with what has been presented. I'm Engineer Wale Emmanuel Alonge, the chairman, Nigerian Society of Engineers Oshogbo branch. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Engineer Alonge.
Thank you, sir.
I want to believe the speech. Can you respond to the comment, please?
Okay, thank you so much. Let me just start from Engineer Wale Manalunge. Thank you, sir, for your comments. I really appreciate it, sir. And someone asked about talked about the energy auditing, that this is going to make us to know that actually we are doing the right thing, just like those in the accounting session. Yes. Like I earlier said, this is an all-encompassing software. That is one reason why I love the software. And to be candid, I used this software for my 3 years on my PhD program. I used this software for my analysis and everything. And I was able to publish 2 papers with others coming on now. And one of the key area where I focused is energy auditing. And I have to tell you the truth, my background is agricultural engineering at the University of Ilorin. I had my first degree there, and I even had my second degree, master's degree in agricultural engineering at the same University of Ilorin before I now traveled there for another master's and for my PhD. Why am I saying this is because my background was not even civil engineering. Neither is my background maybe architectural. But you know, when you have flair for something and when you travel abroad, you see so many things that you want to replicate back home. And I understand this software can be used for both my area of research, agricultural engineering, and outside of my area of research. So this is a very good software for it. And an engineer asked about the level of accuracy of the software. That's, I said level 1, level 2, level 3. Let me just use this simple terminology. The one we did now is an overview. I said that what we wanted to do is going to be 5 days comprehensive. Now, I can say, if I'm attending this for the first time, I can say yes, boastfully I have attended the RETScreen program. But those that will attend the 5-day program is going to be different. What they are going to learn is going to be more than what the people that attended today. Why am I using this analysis or analogy rather? Is because that level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 1 is just, it's like maybe you said the mini class, the medium class, and the higher class. They are all classes. But the more you go, since maybe you are starting from the beginning, they don't just want you to just hook with this software. You can start with the level 1. After you have understood level 1, you can graduate to level 2, or you can graduate to, after that, graduate to level 3. But the analysis you are going to do at level 1 is not going to compromise in any way with the analysis in level 2. So it is not as if maybe the analysis is different. The analysis are the same thing. But the parameters there in level 2 is more than the parameters in level 1. And likewise, the parameters that you are going to analyze on in level 3 is more than that is it. Yes, when I was scrolling through the chat, someone asked the question. I want to first and foremost, actually, none of the members knows, nobody knows this, but I just have to say it because every of these presentations that I always do for people in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. In fact, this is going to be the seventh webinar that I've done on this year. I always request for 3 months free subscription from Canada. And the mistake I did today was that I requested early this morning. And you know, in Canada now, they are just maybe 7 o'clock in the morning. So they told me that they are going to send it as soon as possible. So I want to assure that through the chairman of both the Osun State branch and Abeokuta branch, every member that attended this program will be opportune to have free, free 3 months professional subscriptions, not just ordinary subscriptions. It's going to be professional mode. I have requested for it and I will get it today. As soon as I get today, inshallah, I'm going to send it to the chairman and the chairman is going to send it to each and everyone. And if you want to download this software, I will type the site here where you can download. And another advantage about this software is that aside that it's user friendly, they have videos, so many videos that you can watch to understand. In case maybe you are doing the analysis and you hook, there is a video for it that you can watch again. So that is that for free RETScreen this thing. Then someone asked from the chat box that if they participated in the training that is coming up, that are they going to have a certificate? Yes, there's going to be a certificate of attendance for each person that attended. And an engineer asked about local data management. Yes, actually I mentioned that most of the data or the data they use is from NASA. No, you can decide to, for instance, let me use FUNAB again as an example. If FUNAB has a weather station and you know authoritatively that the data you are collecting from this weather station is authentic, you can use that weather station. There are so many places, so many things is there. I forgot to even mention that one. There are some places that you can change even if you have a registered, what's it called, data inside, you can change it depending. There are some that you can change. So in case maybe you are doing an analysis on wind and you realize that the wind the wind speed that was given to you according to the RETScreen is so maybe 5.5 for instance, and you have a weather station in your locality and you realize that as of that day the wind speed is 6.5, you can change it to 6.5 and your analysis is going to run. So there is there is flexibility of local data to be incorporated into the software. Then I think I've answered all the questions, but I want to talk about what Engineer Odesoya said. If you can just permit me for just 1 minute. He has been someone, like I said, he said I'm his boy. Yes, I'm not just his boy. In fact, I am his lawyer boy because he has been a lawyer father to me, sincerely speaking, and he has contributed a lot, in which I cannot be saying everything. He has contributed a lot to my success, especially when I was in Abeokuta. That was from 2009 to 2010. That 2 years, I was in Abeokuta after I finished my NYSC. He has contributed a lot to my success. In fact, he tried to make me to have a job in Abeokuta Ogun State Republic, but so I want to say that he has been someone that has been nurturing people. So, sir, I'm saying this for everyone to hear that. Thank you so much for what you have done for me. And anytime you need me, inshallah, just call on me. I have sir. So thank you so much, sir.
Well, thank you. It has been a wonderful session for the past 1 hour 51 minutes. We have been together 1 hour 51 minutes. Well, within this very short time, I want to call on Engineer Mrs. Tolulope Osun to give us the vote of thanks and thank all the participants, because I can see Dr. Sunday Popola from Imperial College London joining us, and many like that. Please, I want to give it to Engineer Mrs. Osun to give us the vote of thanks.
My technical secretary, sir, and my chairman, permit me to say this. I know Dr. Olabi has carefully dodged my question about subsidizing that. We should talk later. But most importantly,
we will discuss that one later, sir.
We will discuss that one. But most importantly, I wish the branch to allow the KLM to say one or two because of his involvement in this program. That would be a form of a closing remark before we go. Thank you. If you allow that one.
Maybe if we can do that in 1 minute because it wasn't part of it. Okay. Maybe we can do that for 1 minute, then we have the vote of thanks because of the time.
It's okay. Engineer Felix, I didn't know KLM.
Okay, sir. Please, 1 minute, sir. Engineer KLM, Engineer Adeniran, sir. Our Vice President.
Hello, I'm with you, please.
Okay, 1 minute, sir. Closing remarks. Just 1 minute.
I have nothing to say than just to thank everybody, especially the guest lecturer. Yeah, you have done fantastically well. Though I know you are fantastic, that's why I supported the program. And I want to thank the chairman of Abeokuta branch, Engineer Dr. Nanode. Thanks for the great opportunity. To all the participants, I say thank you so much. You got with all of us. So, like the guest lecturer said, the lecture proper, as the training proper will come up. So we disseminate the information to everybody. And next time we invite you for another great lecture on other topic. So I thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. And I think Baba Adesoye has really done the vote of thanks. But because I've been starting with that responsibility, let me quickly run through this. On behalf of FNSE Abeokuta, under the leadership of our own Dr. Kola Olonode, I want to appreciate everyone for sparing your time to be with us for this wonderful session. Most especially our own engineer Ibitoye Kilomodemo for sponsoring this session. And Dr. Olabi Abdulhamid, thank you very much for giving back to the society. This is a very impactful webinar. And I want to urge everyone present, especially the young engineers here. You can see this golden opportunity, and I want us to please grab this opportunity so that you can go out there and make exploits. And back to Dr. Olabi, please, we have some postgraduate students here and undergraduate students here that we really want to be part of the training. So please help us look into the subsidizing of the training fee so that we can at least have a sensible number of people that will attend the training. Thank you everyone for this session, and we hope to have you back during the training. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
In the closing remark, we want to appreciate everybody. The vote of thanks has been said by Engineer Osun. We want to appreciate our chairman, our elder, Engineer Adesoye, the vice president of FNSE. We appreciate you. We appreciate Engineer Mrs. Ogutala, FNSE, Engineer Kitayo Charles, Engineer Kigbagbo, Engineer Engineer Pupola, Engineer Bolu,
and so on my technical service.
and so on and so forth. Thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you. See you next time. Bye-bye.